All right, I was just sending out little things to my people here. Oh, we don't have these.
You know what?
About grounding mat. So if you guys have not heard of this earthing thing, you should.
I have.
You should check it out. Hi.
Hi, Ari.
You should definitely check out earthing. Oh, are we there yet? There we are.
Yes, here we are.
You should definitely check out earthing. You know, those who grew up in the world before electronics, we ran around, played with sticks and dirt, and
I did.
always had our feet
Barefoot.
in it, and we were, we were
Played on the
connected.
grass.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we were connected to the earth, and now not so much opportunity anymore. So, Dakota and I just got an earthing mat, and we're like on day 5, and we're noticing the difference in the inflammation in our body. So,
That's cool.
yes, very cool. And very happy about that because, when you're a person who deals with chronic pain and there's something that helps, you're
simple.
very excited about
I
it.
didn't
Yes.
lay on it.
Right.
How nice
Yeah.
is that?
That's very
Where did you
exciting.
get it from?
It's longevity something or other. I just sent out the link to our friends here. So
You put it in the comments.
yes, I
This
can,
is a
I
good
can do
find.
that. I can do that. Yeah. I make no money from them. I'm just letting you know.
Oh, we
That's
just share. We're just sharers here.
I just
Sofa.
definitely share stuff that works for me, and you see what works for you. And with that being said, if you missed yesterday's class with Reverend Mitch with Eat, Pray, Live, it was so good. And he does have it recorded, and he is willing to share that as a love offering to others. So if you are interested, please let us know, and I'll get you in touch with Reverend Mitch for that because I found it so informative. And
Nice.
yeah, and just
If you recall, Reverend Mitch was our guest just a
Mhm.
few weeks ago.
yes,
And it was so awesome. He had so much to offer. He did a workshop the night before. We're definitely gonna have him come back again. He doesn't live locally, so he comes out when he can. But yeah, so I would highly encourage to check out anything he offers really. So you can go follow him on his feed too and just see
Right.
what he has going on.
right. Okay. What
So
else?
guess where we are?
we
here.
are. Where are we? We're at the Unleash Your Life Studios. Woo! Live, 7220 North 16th Street, Building A,
She loves doing this.
Phoenix, Arizona, 85020. Yes,
There you
because
go.
it's an address I know. I don't know why I know, but I know.
Yes, so we love our people that get to come and be with us. We're starting a community here. So if you're in the area and you can make it here, please plan to be with us on a Sunday. We have a special Sunday coming up.
We do.
What is
This
it, the
month,
22nd?
October 22nd.
That's
Yes.
a lunch with us.
No, what do
Sunday?
we call it? We call
Oh.
it Sofa Sunday Social.
Sofa Sunday Social, which is a lunchtime with us right after the service. So if you haven't been here before, it's a great time to check it out. To be here in community and then go to lunch with us and hang out and just see if this might be something that you want to be a part of on Sundays while we grow.
Yes, we love
So
it.
great. So we
Perfect.
love that Dr. Reverend Michelle gives us the space to do our ministry. She's so generous and supportive of us, and we
Yes, she
appreciate
is.
her. And she always
Because we're
has
her little
stuff.
minions.
I know.
We're
Oh,
I
she'll
should
be
say-
so proud how far
Right.
we've come. Yeah.
right? So she has been our mentor for many, many years. Me, 10, you longer.
16.
Yes.
Because I was, well, no, more than 17. 17 years because I was shortly after starting to work with her, I went through a class and I was actually pregnant with Trey during the foundations class. So he was infused with it, whether he knows it or not.
Right.
And then
And
I
that's
did-
what we hope here too.
There you go.
As he sits
I know,
here,
as he
gets
sits
it.
here, even though he's
osmosis.
doing other things and he's still getting it. But I delivered him during the last week of class, so I didn't get to do my presentation.
You didn't make him your project?
No, I didn't. I didn't do that. But my oldest son, who at the time was 15, which I think this is so crazy. At the time he was 15, he actually presented both of our projects together because he took that class with me. So I don't know if you knew that, Anne, about Jordan. But Jordan took that class with
Oh,
me.
wow. I didn't know
And
that.
so, and I was pregnant with his little brother. And so he finished our projects together for the class. So
I thought you were going to say he delivered Trey because Jordan's a doctor.
yes,
So.
but not at 15. He was not a doctor at 15. I know. Wouldn't that be like, wow, did that start his journey on
Right.
becoming we could go all sideways
Right.
on that. And
Yes.
then this happened. No.
Right. So why don't we get started?
I know. We love to just kind of warm up because we're not scripted. This is just a purely natural way that we do things. And so we always start this way. So yeah. Who's praying in this morning?
You're praying in.
Oh, see how she does that. Oh, yes, let's come in this time together. Let's breathe in and release that. That always helps you to get grounded. If you're looking for the present moment, you can always find it with your breath. Just recognize that you're in this space, you're in this room together with everyone else. Just recognize where you are. Taking those deep breaths, getting more and more grounded into your seat, feeling your feet on the floor, letting anything unlike this moment fall away, anything that happened before, anything you know is coming up after, just let it fall away for just a few moments, just this time together. We're going to stay present together in the recognition that there is only one thing, there's only one power, there is only one presence, one God, and that God is peace, God is love, God is joy, God is that laughter, that sharing, that connection. God is all there is. And because God is all there is, that is all I could be made up of, that's all Reverend Jeannie could be made up of, or anyone else, anything else. It's all one thing. It's all made of that divine, like Jeannie likes to say, sparkly God stuff. And so from that place of knowing that that's what I am, that's who I am, that's whose I am, I speak my word into the law, knowing that as I do, I set the law of God in motion for the highest and best outcome of today's time together. Knowing that as each of us stay present, as each of us stay in this community together, that we receive what is ours to receive. That we share in the connection, that we feel that joy. We hear the laughter and it just raises our vibration. It raises our thinking, raises our thought. And I know that as we do this, we are simultaneously creating a life we love, experiences that bring us that joy, that laughter, that connection. And so I just let it go, and I know that it's already done. It's perfect. It's complete. It's whole. And I release it. And together we say, and so it is.
Thank you.
Yes.
Ah,
Here we are.
here we
Here we
are.
are, boys and girls.
Wow. So new month, new thought.
No
In
pun
New
intended. No pun intended.
And it's about thoughts. There's a lot of thinking going on around here.
Yes, and we need to do this from time to time.
Mhm.
Because even though we know this, religious scientists know this, I'm sure lots of other faith traditions know this. What you're thinking is what you're creating, right? We understand that that's fundamental to our belief system, but we don't always operate from that knowing.
Right.
We still allow this junk to run around in our
Sure.
mind and run us, right? And even the things that we aren't aware we're thinking of, we allow it to operate underneath us in the programming and still mess with what we're trying to create. So if our goal is to create a life we love and to inspire you all to create a life you love, we have to look at this. We have to visit it often. And it's appropriate to do it before next month, which is going to be all about gratitude. So it's
right?
appropriate to do it this month.
We thought so.
I thought, well,
Right.
yes,
I
we
mean,
sat there and went, this would be good.
This would be good.
We
Yeah.
thought, let's do thinking. Yes.
Let's do thinking. We thought about thinking. Art is my thoughts and words are seeds that manifest as my life experiences.
It's just a few words.
Just a few.
It's just a small
That's a lot.
affirmation.
That's a lot of affirmation there. So
If you're on the card.
it,
Just challenging Michelle to make the
I go,
affirmation.
let's do this, and then we have to find something that fits on the card, right? You know, there you go. So we picked, for those following along in the book, we picked from affiliated New Thought Networks, New Thoughts for Today, on page 181. And it is called Seed Thought. Words are also seeds, and when dropped into the invisible spiritual substance, they grow and bring forth after their kind. Charles
Read that one more
Fillmore.
time, though. Read that
I
one more
will.
time, because I like how he words things.
Words are also seeds, and when dropped into the invisible spiritual substance, they grow and bring forth after their kind. Charles Fillmore. And for those who don't know, Charles Fillmore is the founder of Unity. And, just a brief little plug where we're going this week.
Where are we going?
Michelle and I and Reverend Cindy and
Reverend Dr. Michelle.
Reverend
also.
Dr. Michelle at Cerise. We're all going to Unity Village out in Lee's Summit, Missouri, which is outside of Kansas City, and it's a gorgeous place. So look forward to a few lives from us because we want to share that with you all.
So excited.
What happens when we vision? The process of visioning is a spiritual practice that we use when we are seeking spiritual guidance as to what direction we may want to take on a project, a new adventure, or for some other personal reason. I like to think of this powerful spiritual practice as an interactive moment with the divine. We are in the process of planting a seed that has the potential to evolve into a grand adventure, a new project, maybe a new direction of a current project, or even a new or shifting relationship. As Charles Fillmore says in the above quote, words are seeds. Thoughts are also seeds. Which seeds are you choosing to plant? Similar to thoughts, physical seeds are planted in the dark, in the ground, nourished with water, light, fertilizer. And then when the time is right, something grows. Depending on the type of seed planted, one may enjoy the beauty of a flower, a yummy vegetable, or a fruit. What I do know is that if I want to enjoy the fragrance and beauty of a rose, I need to plant a rose seed. If I plant a carrot seed and expect to see a rose, I will be disappointed with the outcome.
Yes.
That's a brilliant statement.
That's a brilliant
That
statement.
should have been on the card.
And that
right?
goes back up to the top where it says, bring forth after their kind. After
Right.
their kind.
It is in this moment I have the opportunity and the invitation to plant a new seed through the power of my thoughts and words. I choose. My thoughts and words are seeds that manifest as my life experiences. I choose to plant seeds of love, peace, and joy today. Reverend Donna, maybe she's graduating this year. Reverend Donna Barnier, Religious Science, Cypress, California.
Donna, if we said that wrong, just let us know.
We apologize.
We'll work on that.
Yes.
But I love this one. I'm excited on this one because it's just, I love that thinking, it's like, don't plant a carrot seed expecting a rose. I mean, that makes sense. It's logical. I love being logical. So my brain's like, yes, that's perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. Well, then why am I thinking something completely opposite of the thing I'm wanting to manifest? Why am I doing that? I logically know that's not how it works, but I still do it.
So I
Crazy
had this
interesting.
experience yesterday. I went to get a pedicure.
Yeah.
And the young lady doing my nails is English as a second language. And the book I was reading is a new novelist, and it's called The Unfortunate Side Effects of Heartbreak and Magic. Okay, so she was curious about the word side effects to heartbreak. And she was saying, like medicine. So we got kind of into the little discussion about that. And she then asked me, do you like to read? And I said, oh yeah, I love to read. And she said, do you like to write? Yes, I love to write. And she said, well, was that your major? And I said, no, it was actually religious studies. And so she's like, oh. And then, you know, now I have to say not your traditional Christian world, right? And so I'm trying to say New Thought, and she's like, New Age? And I was like, no, not really. And again, there's a little bit of a barrier, you know, and God bless anybody that's learning English as a second language. This is the worst
Like a
language to
nightmare.
learn.
It's like a nightmare, really.
It really is, like, just a crazy language.
And they still do it. Somehow they get through
Yes,
it. I don't know.
yes. And we got to the point where she said the words law of attraction. And I felt that we could have a little conversation in that part there. And so we were talking about that. But of course, she had more of a law of attraction. If I want to think about it, it'll happen, which I don't disagree with. I believe everybody can use the law of attraction, but that's not necessarily my belief system as a religious science minister. Meaning, I think there's a lot more to getting what you want in the world, like gratitude, like thoughts that help others, you know. And so we were having that discussion around it, and about our thoughts being what manifests in the world. And she's like, so if I want a car, I just think about a car and I'll have it. And I go, well, here's my experience. If I want something, right, and I truly believe if it harms no one, that it's mine to have. Right? I truly believe that. But I also don't detail the thing, right, that is desired. Right? I don't detail it. I don't say I want, you know, whatever. I just don't. I want a car. I would say I want something that runs. My favorite color is blue. You know, I would give some kind of things. But for me, I don't have to say size, style, or whatever. That's just how I operate. And then I do the work as well, right? I go shopping, I look for it, I'm a vision boarder type of person, Pinterest, whatever. I talk about it as if I had it. I'm grateful for it until it shows up. My experience, and I told her my experience, back when a 32-inch TV was a big screen. Okay, remember then? Like, I had really wanted this big screen TV. And but my current job position didn't allow me to purchase one at that. So I got a part-time job, and I worked at the Phoenix Gateway Airport, taking cars in, parking, you know, money there, for a couple of weekends to make enough money to buy my 32-inch TV. But it had been in my mind, and the thoughts were there, and I was going to manifest this. And so then I was at work at a, you know, like a conference, and I threw my business card in, and I won a 32-inch TV. But wait, there's more. Then I was at another type of conference, a personal one, and I won a 32-inch TV. So
Did you put them together?
you know, like, so I had a 96-inch TV apparently. I did wind up selling the other ones, but because I had already purchased it. So just keep that in mind, right? Do the work, and then also be open and aware that the universe can bring it to you as well.
I thought you were going to say that the universe has a sense of humor.
Oh, it does. Yes. My,
Right?
you know, the universe I work in definitely has a
It's
sense
a
of
good,
humor.
has a good
Yeah.
time. It loves the plans we're making. Like,
Yes.
oh, it's so cute.
Right?
She's adorable.
Right? Because I am,
Go
and
get
there,
that job. Go do
right,
it, girl.
and there are people that would not do that part, right? They're like, I told the universe what's happened, and so it is, and then it shows up
And
for
they just
them.
sit on their butt.
I cannot be a butt sitter.
She's not a butt
It's
sitter.
so hard for me.
She's not.
It's,
Move your feet.
yeah,
There you go.
that, I am a treat and move
Amen,
your feet.
sister. Ann just says treat and move your feet. That's true.
But that's not always necessary.
But you don't know. And so
Right.
if you've got the hit to go get a part-time job, then you go do the part-time job. You follow the guidance.
And I will say this, that was all prior to me being in New Thought, to me being in,
So you just follow.
yeah.
Yeah, because I would say what I wrote down while you were talking about that is a couple things. You have to be open to the way that universe is going to send it to you. if you say in your mind, so, if you're saying to yourself, well, I'm going to get this part-time job and then I'm going to go buy this TV, and then you're so close-minded to that, you might not have even put in for the drawing to get the TV for
Right.
free, because you're not open to it. Sometimes you can't see that you even have an opportunity to get the thing that you do, so you're not getting the hit about go just get a part-time job and go get the thing. You just go, you shut it down. Like, I just can't, there's just no way I can visibly see it to happen. So, one thing you can do is there's infinite ways.
Yes.
There are infinite number of ways, of possibilities, how a thing can come to you. Infinite. It's never ending, infinite. So maybe start writing some of those down. So put in the middle, I want a TV. And then just start writing all the different ways I could win it. My friend could give it to me. I could get it for a gift. I could walk down the street. There could be one sitting there. I mean, I could steal it. I could do all these things.
I told you all faith traditions are welcome. Your values are yours.
Yeah. But if you start that practice, then your mind might be a little more open. Like, oh my gosh, there's so many ways I could get that thing. So then, the timing or the goal then is to be present, so you can get the hits of what your next moves are, and just do them. Because you're staying in the practice of it, having
That's
it.
for all parts of adventures.
Yeah.
And that was where my conversation with, her name was Vicky. She was amazing. Best pedicure I've had in a million years. So,
nice.
And just, that exactly what you're saying is being aware and available to how things can happen. I remember Reverend Dr. Michelle talking about this kid that wanted to go to prom. Does anybody remember this story? And he needed
Yes,
a tux or something.
Yes, tell us.
And so he was thinking he needed money to get the tux. But really what he needed was the tux. And so that came, and I can't remember how it came, but it came in a different way. Like somebody donated that part for him. And that's being available, because if you're always just looking, remember?
You'll miss it.
What God, I sent you a boat, I sent you a helicopter.
Remember that story? The guy, there's a flood, and the guy's, it's
God
flooding up
save
to
me.
his house, so he gets to the second story, and he's, God help me, God help me. And the guy comes by in a boat, and he says, no, God's gonna help me. And then it floods up into the second story. He gets up on the roof, he sits on the roof. God sends a helicopter, and he's like, oh no, God, thank you though, but God's got it. It's like God's like.
Then he shows up at the pearly gates.
God's like,
And
I
he said,
sent you.
I thought you were gonna save me. I sent you a boat, I sent you a helicopter.
Like, what's your problem?
Right? Be available.
But we had the blinders on because we were focused on just right here. And it's like, I want to say it was Ann, but we were talking a few weeks ago around, you asked to be courageous. I want to be courageous. And God doesn't go, poof, you're courageous. God goes, okay, let me send you some ways to be courageous. And it's like hard and scary, and it's not all what thought you were asking for. But the only way to get that is to go through this.
Right.
I want to help people. I want to do this. Well, sometimes then you go through the awful things so that you have what it takes to help the people. And you're not, why is this happening to me? Why do I have to go through this? Well, because that's how you get to here. So it's like sometimes we just don't understand the way or know the way. We don't know the how, right? And we're not supposed to know the how. That's God's part. We just say, here's where we are, here's where I'd like to be, and then God does the rest. And we just need to be in the flow of that.
I think that if I knew the how a lot of the times I wouldn't want it.
Oh, see that? Right. Exactly. Well, you think you would want it
No.
because it's scary looking.
No, I know I wouldn't. I mean, so I say that because, recently talking about, because October is Breast Cancer Awareness
Right.
Month. And this month on the 21st, I celebrate 4 years from my last round with breast cancer.
Woo, we're so
Thank
glad.
you.
We're so happy.
And it had been 22 years before it happened. Both experiences with breast cancer opened my eyes to a spiritual development that I'm so grateful for. However, if you had told me that's how I was getting there, I would have been like, no, I'm good. I don't need to develop spiritually.
From that, right. From that side.
Right.
From that side.
Right. From that side.
from
exactly.
that side.
So when people like, well, I want to know the how. No, you don't.
Just stay out of that. That's not our
Stay.
business.
It's not your business.
No, it's not your business. And
Yeah.
plus, we wouldn't be privy to all the when things all line up and it's all like amazing how it's so intricate. We just
Right.
that's just a God thing.
Right.
We'll let just God handle that part.
And that's
too much.
so like what's what we're talking about. My thoughts and words are seeds that manifest as my life experiences. So how many times, all right, have you thought something and your phone told you about it? Right? Okay. So all right. So we all have that little, oh, the phone's listening.
phone's listening.
What about the universe listening? Before we were carrying cell phones, this was happening in our lives, right? That we think about it, we're thinking about it, and then poof, there it is. We're looking at the manifestation of that divine download, that happens. And we're like, ooh, where did that come from? How many times have you thought something and then your friend called and told you just about that? Or you were thinking about your friend and
I get that one a lot.
yeah, and then there's that phone call or that text or that email from them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
And that's the next thing. And staying aware of that when you ask. So that's me. Like I asked a question the other day and I want to know, right? I think, this is me. I think that this philosophy could change people's lives, right?
Yeah.
And I
We're doing
love everybody in this room, but you guys already know that. How do we tell people who don't? How do we open it up to say, seriously, it's easy and it's available and it'll cost you nothing,
Demonstrate it to role model it.
Yeah.
right?
Anne says demonstrate, role model. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be the
But we
be
gotta-
example.
We got to get
That's
out
what we're
there
doing on
to-
the sofa. That's what we
Right.
try to do is put
Got
that out
it.
there.
So this was before the pedicure. This conversation happened before the pedicure. I was talking with my partner and we were brainstorming and everything, and I had to go show a house and then went to get my pedicure done. And lo and behold, she starts asking me questions, right? One person at a time, right? I don't know the how, but that's how it
Seriously.
happened that day,
Yes.
right? So being
I
available.
love that. Every opportunity. There's always an opportunity. They're always watching. People are always watching you. So everything you're doing is going to be a reflection of that. And what I was going to say, when you were talking about, when we're asking, we're always asking. We're always planting seeds. But it's being aware of what you're planting and what you're asking. Like with little people in my house, especially.
They're not that little.
I know. They just turned 13 on last Monday. So yes, it's crazy. Those of you on my Facebook feed, you saw the progression of little teeny little things. And then now they're big. They're taller than me now. Both of them are bigger than me. They started out 9 weeks premature. And they're Lyric is taller than every girl in her class. So I'm telling you, it's just in you, who you
Yeah.
are, right? But when they have specifically True, because he can go immediately to the negative thinking. Like he's my moodier of all my kids. He'll go directly to, the disappointed can't happen, the negative side. But he understands how the law of God works, which the law of God always says yes. You hear us in our prayer say that, we speak our word into the law, knowing that as we do, the law always says yes, right? So it says yes to whatever you're putting there. So you're going to put the negative thoughts, not that you don't have feelings, and it's fine to do that and go through your emotions and how you're feeling, but don't keep planting from there. So I'll say to him, I said, well, what are you having the law say yes to right now? Oh, well, that'll snap them right out of it because they don't like that, but it's the truth. So it's just having that awareness of ourselves. What are we planting? because we're always planting, always. And when I had that I talked about a couple weekends ago when I had the 2 days where my car was having an issue, and then I got home and there was water in my carpet, which I was like, oh my God, do I have a slab leak? Oh my God. And then the air conditioner went down that night. I was like, what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? I know. That's immediately what I did. What are you thinking about that you're attracting this? What are you doing? That's my first thing. It's like, you need to switch this because I don't want to have all this stuff all the time. And luckily those out, as soon as I switched it, I don't know if it was, but as soon as I switched it immediately, and then one after the other became not what I thought they were. They were nothing. They were $130 fix, the two major things. And then I just got a new car on Friday. So that got taken care of. I know. But yeah, so that's man, you just got to pay attention because the law is not
Always
biased.
operating.
It's just going to say yes, yes, yes. And it's just always doing that. So if you're not experiencing the life you love in any area, check that. What have I been thinking about right here? You know, this relationship isn't working for me. Well, what am I thinking about though? What am I bringing to it? What am I doing?
Right.
It's us.
Yeah.
It's coming from us. It's all inside. It's not, well, they're so mean to me and my job sucks and this happens. Like, no.
What are you
no,
in my brain?
Stop that. Yeah. Get out of there. It's in here. It's in here. Yeah.
And that's, so I say that because I have been so focused on this upcoming week. I'm so excited. I am beyond excited to go back to Unity Village and to be at the Yenton conference. And last year I was just a newly minted minister, and I had a lot of angst and anxiety.
It was just before us too. It
Yeah,
was before
yeah.
our Sofa Sundays, right?
Right.
So
And-
we didn't even have our ministry yet.
And I was still, I was just in a very weird place in my life, you know? And so I felt very, I don't even know the word, but so when I get like that, I operate from a very different place than I'm
Is it
in
meek?
now.
Like feeling more meek or like
Well, that's a
with-
feeling
withdrawn?
inside, but that is not how I come across. When I feel that way, I come across big, bad, and bold. You know what I mean? Like just like trying too hard,
overcompensate,
overcompensate.
for
Yes,
the feeling, yeah.
I have a big truck, and so like that's where I was coming from last year. So I'm very excited because I don't feel that way this
You've
year.
arrived.
Right? I have a very different perspective in my life now than I did then. So, I'm feeling very good about it. And I was tired of working last week. Like I wanted to be on vacation already, right? I was done. And so there were things that would happen and I'd be like, oh, can we just be over with that customer service smile? It's just
When's it done?
Is it 5 o'clock yet?
Somewhere.
Yeah, so that was funny that you're saying that because, you know, I probably was planting a little bit more of seeds of disruption in my life for that week because I was thinking that way. So, hindsight.
It is hindsight. Yeah, you just don't want to manifest from there.
Right,
No. Well,
no.
let's not do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a lot of the practice, which is why we named our ministry Begin Within, because we harp on this all the time, but it's always in the beginning with us. And paying attention to our thinking, because the law is always saying yes, and therefore we're always creating our life from there. So if we want to manifest life experiences that we want, that will create that feeling of loving our life. I love my life. I love, you know, and then next month we're full of gratitude for everything because we're so loving it. Then we need to watch the seeds. We need to watch the thoughts and the words that we're planting as the seeds. And, you know, planting things and not expecting something different to show up.
Right. Planting roses and not
Yes.
expecting carrots or vice
Yes,
versa.
we want to make sure we're planting what we actually want to be harvesting. So that's, I mean,
And
that to me,
don't
that's
dig
the
'em up.
overall umbrella.
I'm a
Yeah.
digger.
Oh, she's going to check them.
I
She's gonna dig 'em up and
Are
check
you
'em.
growing it?
God, are you doing it? What's
Yeah,
going on?
man.
What's
Come
happening?
on. I planted that last week.
Yeah, why don't I have it yet?
How come there's not full grown corn yet?
You know what I'll say about that is I remember wanting to get my salon, when I had my salon, I remember jumping through all the hoops. I was getting all the hits, right? I was getting the, I finished my master's in business. So I felt like I was educated. I had the money. So I had the money. I had a partner that, she wanted to have a salon also. So we were going to join I got my partner. We've got the money. We've got this. And then we couldn't find the location. And it was like 6 months and we're still looking for the location. And I remember thinking like, I don't get it. I thought the money would be the problem. That would stop me. But we have the money. Like, I have the money. Why can't I find the place to have the salon? And it was so weird. I was getting so discouraged around it. And she was kind of wavering now because I think part of her was like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, so the whole thing's falling apart because we can't. Well, I was in the salon that I was working in, and one of the ladies that was in there who had the ear was kind of a mentor to the current owner. She came to me and she sat down and she said, so I hear you're looking to start a salon. I said, well, yeah, but I don't have anything yet. I'll let you guys know when I am thinking this way. And she goes, well, why won't you buy this salon? I was like, because it's not for sale. Like, what are you, what? How do I buy a salon that's not for sale? She goes, well, what if I can make it for sale? I said, what do you mean? I said, Elaine's never going to want to sell this. And she goes, well, if I talk to her, what if I could help her to sell it? I think she should be ready now. I think it's done for her. And I was like, well, okay. And I thought then the awareness just flooded into me. Like I had such an awareness around that. And I recognized that I was ready. I got there and I was ready, but the other person wasn't ready. So I got there a little early and I just need to hang out, just chill out, man. Just wait a minute. Let the other person, yes, let the other person go through their parts of it. So maybe it's not just only you that had to align. Your thoughts had to align. You moved the way you needed to move. Maybe it's somebody else that you're waiting on and they're moving through their processes and you're just early. So that's something to recognize too, that God really is on it. You don't have to dig it up. It is happening. You just have to watch your thinking that you're not doing things to negate what you planted, so that you're not having other things operating underneath it, forgetting to water it or whatever. I mean, right. Like messing with its growth. Cindy's got her hand up.
I still don't have a full voice yet, but I'm better than I was.
Sounds good.
So anyway, I just want to remind everybody that sometimes when you can't change your thinking, when those negative thoughts are going around your head, and I will give my own personal example. I ended up in the hospital with pneumonia, and my thought was, I'm so sick, and I want to go to the Anthony conference, but I don't know because I'm so sick.
Oh.
So what I'm creating more and more sickness. So I couldn't get out of that spiral by myself. So I had to reach out. I reached out to you,
yes,
and Reverend Michelle, and New Vision practitioners, and then my mindset started to change. I'm getting on that plane. And tomorrow I'm getting on that plane.
That's right. But yes, and thank you for sharing this. So keep that for just 1 second in case you have a conflict. What you just said was, I want to go to the Anton conference and I'm so sick.
Right.
What does God do with that?
Yeah.
Right.
How does God work with that?
Sometimes the universe doesn't know what we're wanting,
That's the issue. Like, are you saying what you want and then coming right after it with the opposite thing? Like, what an awareness. That's the perfect example. And knowing that if I can't hold this, that's why I have other people in this world with me.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're not here by ourselves.
Right.
We don't have to do it alone. Thank
Thank
God.
God.
Thank God.
Right.
Yes, thank you, Ann. Thank God.
Yeah.
Right.
I have everybody in this room, and I know it, and I'm grateful for it.
Yes.
Perfect. Look, there's another gratitude thing for next
Right.
month. Yeah, next one's going to be fun talking about gratitude. Talk about a way to manifest what you want and to keep yourself there. But the first step is recognizing the thinking.
It's so funny, the difference between a church conversation about gratitude and a 12-step conversation about gratitude. When
What is it?
in a 12-step meeting, when gratitude's the topic, everybody goes, right? It's funny.
Sick of it.
No, yeah, because we talk a lot about gratitude and 12 steps. So yeah, so it's kind of funny because we're like, oh, it's excited about it. I don't know, it was a random thought process there. That I loved that because I also my experience was when we went to Seattle and we were around all these people. Everywhere. And there were a couple of time periods during that time. I was like, gosh, I hope I don't get sick. Oh yeah. And so I came home and got COVID. And
Do you see how that's so sick?
Yeah.
How it works like that?
And it's funny because
It's so effective.
it's very effective.
So we know it works.
We
know it works.
Okay, it works. If you have a thought and you have feeling behind the thought, so that's, I'm going to say, right? It's not just your thoughts. It's a mind, body, spirit connection, right?
Yeah.
Because I sometimes have those intrusive thoughts. So I don't want you to think those things always come true. I'm one of those people, when you walk by the grates on the ground, my intrusive thought says, don't drop your keys, even if my keys are in my purse. Okay, so I just want to say, intrusive thought, I know, you're looking at me like it's weird. It just happens.
Just don't grab them.
Just,
Let them
you know,
go through.
So intrusive thoughts are just run in your mind thoughts. Those don't have that feeling behind them, and we continue to water them, that type of deal. But I did the same thing, right? I was like, I'm around all these people, and I came home, and obviously that was not my partner's conversation in
I know.
her head
You never got
because
it.
she never got it.
Incredible. You
Right?
see that? Like,
So yeah, but it did, and I was also, and here was the thought feeling behind it. I'm really worn down and I need some time off. I got it.
oh yeah.
I mean,
you got plenty of it.
So when we were talking about, here's what I really want, my higher thought. I want to go to the conference, right? The higher thought. But then there's this other thought that's competing with it. What do I've got my energy around? Yeah.
Right, and you did have you shifted that because there was concerns about Mitch was coming,
Oh yeah.
being on the sofa. So
Yeah.
I had to guess that one weekend because she was newly sick with the COVID thing, and so
Yeah.
I had to guess at the last minute. But we were concerned coming into the next week, knowing that Mitch was going to be here. We were so excited for that, and then our lunch after the service with all of you.
Yeah.
So there's like pressure
I
for
did
you
the-
to shift your
Yeah, I had
thinking
to change
and
my
fix it,
thinking
yeah.
and change and it's amazing that, when I have an awareness of it, and I think Cindy would back this up, when you become aware of it, you can do it, right?
Right.
And the reaching out. I did the same thing. I reached out. Hey, actually, we were sick at the same time.
I know.
doing the
I
whole,
know.
I might not be able to hold that truth for me, but I could hold it for Cindy and vice versa. There are time periods when, and I wrote this little article that'll be in the next Stanton book, I'm sure, called The Convenience Store Stop. And it's one of those things about how there are time periods where we don't know for ourselves, and have to allow someone else to know for us, because for whatever reason, too many things are in our way to know that what we've planted is going to grow. So if you find yourself in that position, send us an email, get on, especially Sofa Sunday people on Facebook. We have a group chat for prayer. Please, please, please. You'll get all 502 of us on there.
We're
praying
over the
for you.
500 mark.
We are.
High five right here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for
Awesome.
inviting your friends. We so appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely reach out. Like let people help you shift your mindset. But you said something that I wanna stick on too, is that you said, I am so sick. I'm so sick. And then the universe just grabbed onto that. Like, yes, you're so sick. You said, I don't want to get sick. I hope I'm not sick. I hope I don't get sick. Why did the universe grab onto that? You might wonder. Well, that's not the same thing as actually.
Yes, it
in the
is.
law, it is the same thing. God doesn't see the no's or the nots or the negative. God sees only the I am sick or don't want the sick. So it's really important. So if you say, I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to lose 20 pounds. Okay. So, or what, no, I'm not saying it wrong. It's the, yeah, no, that's the same thing. I want to lose 20 pounds, or you don't say it like that. You want to say, I'm the kind of person, or I weigh this amount. You want to say what you want, not what you don't want.
Right.
You want to, yes, because the law is always going to trade. I got a hand up. The law is always going to take all the negative words out, and that's what you're left with, and that's what the law is going to say yes to. So it's an awareness around saying what you want, not what you don't want, when you're trying to plant a seed in the law.
Anybody that's been to a Mercury game with me knows this one. Like when the opposing team has a free throw, everybody in the audience yells, miss it. So they say shooting for 2. When it's the other team, we say missing 2. But I don't say missing 2 because the universe doesn't know that. And they're like, what are you saying? I'm saying rim and off. I wanted to hit the rim. They're saying, you saying Roman off? No, rim and off. Rim and off. And sure enough, it bounces off the
Yeah.
rim.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
The law knows. The law knows what
Mercury.
you're saying. Yep. You're welcome, Mercury. You're welcome.
There you go.
Right.
There
So
you go.
so it's not only important to be, paying attention to planting your seeds, but it's making sure your seeds are planted in the right way. And the other thing I would say too is don't wait for their manifestation to make sure they're right. Like to recognize now all of a sudden I'm like, my car is bad. I've got water in my bedroom, the carpet, and my refrigerator or my air conditioner went out. Oh my gosh, what have I been thinking? Like, don't wait for those things to come up. I mean, that's what we do a lot. We do go, this is not making me happy. What am I doing? Let me fix that and we'll move forward. Wouldn't it be great to just check every day?
Sweep the floor of our minds.
There you go. Sweep the floor of your minds, Amy says. Sweep the floor of your minds. Keep on top of that in your daily practice. Check in. How am I thinking today? What am I thinking about today? What am I focused on today? Let's get ahead of it. Let's be proactive and stop this reactive behavior that all of us do. I do it. But the reactive, it's so stressful, where we could be ahead of it and be like, oh no, I'm going to plant this seed. I'm going to say it in the correct way, and then I'm going to stay on that.
I love that. And it was me. So what came up for me is that yesterday in Mitch's class, he spoke about making that decision. So again, this was about better health and food choices, et cetera, and that making that decision. And I have a little issue with chocolate.
You have an issue with chocolate? Is it a good issue though?
No,
You don't like it?
I love it.
She loves it.
I
I don't
love
think
it.
that's an issue.
I wake up in the middle of the night and there's chocolate in the refrigerator.
Oh,
I will eat it.
your brain knows about it.
So this
Having the same issue.
This
Oh,
one
yeah.
time, we had gone to Cottonwood and there was this chocolate place on the way there. And I can't remember the name of the place, but it was delicious chocolate, like made in front of you chocolate. And I ate Dakota's in the middle of the night.
Dakota, she has your chocolate.
It lasts forever for me.
Right. So Dakota doesn't have a chocolate problem. Jeannie has a chocolate problem that became Dakota's chocolate problem because Dakota went to
No chocolate.
exactly, and it became a problem. So then I had to order her a new chocolate bar, and this time I ordered an I'm sorry chocolate bar, like that from the same place, right? I got an I'm
But
sorry.
what have you done to fix the chocolate problem?
So I'm getting there, right? So in Mitch's class, we were talking about that, and Mitch says, "Well, make a decision." I'm like, "Well, I made a decision, and Mitch loves me, so I
She
was
said it
allowed to
just
be
like
that
that?
way.
She said
Oh
it
yeah, authentic on the sofa.
Oh, that's right. We are
Yeah.
supposed to be authentic on the sofa.
Authentic.
That's
I'm
right.
like, I made a decision. And Mitch said, if you make a decision and your why is big enough, then you're not going to go back on it. So my why for chocolate of not eating it is because I do want to lose weight. And I don't want to lose weight because I somehow need to be something, right? I want to lose weight because my body hurts at this weight. And when I lose weight, my knees operate better, my hips operate better, I can move. And that's my why.
So last night, there's chocolate in my refrigerator currently,
Oh, there's
and it's
chocolate
not
in there.
mine, And-
You're mean.
right? And last night, I was like, I want a piece of that Kit Kat bar. And Mitch's words came to my head. What's your why? What's important to you right now? So I just went and had my tea, and it made a difference. I no longer wanted the chocolate
I love that.
because the why was more important to me, So
I love that.
I just figured I'd share with you guys.
I get threatened by my roommate for getting into her chocolate
Yes.
bar.
See, there's another, so I love that. So there are different practices around that. And there's one from Atomic Habits. If you ever read that book, it's really good. But so it's kind of the same thing as saying, I want to be somebody. So if you want to lose weight, you could say, I want to be somebody who wears, maybe you have pants in your closet that you used to be able to wear and you want to get back into those, or size 9 or 8 or whatever whatever sizes are. And you say, I want to be a size 7. So I want to be a size 7 or a size 8. You're all laughing. I want to be whatever size. But you pick that size and you say, I'm the kind of person who wears a size this, or I'm the kind of person who wears those blue jeans that are hanging in my closet. I'm that kind of person. And then it's so cool because then when you walk by a bowl of candy, you go, oh, but I'm the kind of person who wears those blue jeans. And all of a sudden you don't want that candy because it doesn't go with the person that wears those blue jeans. You're declaring something over yourself and that doesn't align and you just don't, it doesn't go there. But if you say, I'm the kind of person who needs to lose 20 pounds, then you go, well, the kind of person who needs to lose 20 pounds is going to eat that chocolate and you're going to eat that chocolate. That's why it's so important to say it in the pause, in the thing that you want, not what you don't want or want to lose. So that's why that shift is there, because you're aligning with that person and then you're going to move from there and it will be a lot easier to stay aligned.
I like
So
it.
it's very similar to what you're saying that
Yeah.
you're doing. You're going, I'm the kind of person who's this, that doesn't match, and now I just don't want it. So it's interesting how we work.
It really is. The brain is an amazing
The thinking in the
Yeah.
brain. You just got to program it right, and it will
right? Like
create
like
what
any
you
good-
want.
Like any good AI,
That's
program it right.
Oh, the AI stuff. I'm telling you, that stuff is a whole nother topic. It's all going on. Oh, we're doing
We're
good.
doing good.
We have
Oh, look at that.
I know. Any other
All right.
comments? You guys have been great with the comments.
Yes,
This is a
I
good
love
topic.
that.
We have 4 more weeks of thinking.
Right. So think
So
about
be
it.
thinking about Smart ass. Be thinking about it. So you have stuff. Yeah, because 4 weeks
you
of
know
it.
the microphone
I would
picks
say.
up that comment.
It's okay. I'm authentic on the sofa. If you only knew.
They know,
They know.
They
They all
know.
know. They all know me.
right?
They all know
So
me.
I'm saying people out there in TV land might not know us, but the people in this room know us
They know
well.
us, and they're still showing up. So that's
Right.
good. They're still here.
We're showing it because we know.
Oh,
Right?
They're showing up
Thank you.
because they know. I
You
love
know,
that.
and that's true. Have you
So
ever
nice.
been to a place where you hear all the right words, right? But you know that the people are not walking that way, right?
Right,
That
right.
doesn't feel good. Trust me, I do not always walk, perfectly. I have walking canes. Whether it be physical or emotional, mental, spiritual, right? There are always help along there. And I am
Exactly.
going to be as authentic as possible.
And that's what I love about you.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about being on the sofa and the ministry we've created. We set that from day one. We're going to be as authentic as Spirit moves us to be. And you're just going to have to be good with it because that's what we want. We want authentic conversations. We want to explore things. We may not, so far we've agreed or we've been in alignment with everything. I had a big fear starting a ministry with not just you, it would have been with anybody because I really wanted to be authentic. I really wanted a place where I could just be me, and I may not align with some things sometimes. Even though I'm a religious scientist, I don't always align with other religious scientists on certain topics.
Right.
And that was a little bit of a fear for me. It's like, would I be able to, I wanted to be able to say what I need to say, and it may not be acceptable. So far, it's been okay.
So
but
far,
it may
but we
come
are
up.
sharing a room this week.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. If there's only
great
one of us on
roommate.
the sofa
I'm
next
a great
Sunday.
roommate. Oh my gosh. really great roommate though. She's gonna, it's just been,
Who says I am?
oh,
Right?
might be her, huh?
I had to bring pajamas. And
Oh
everything.
my gosh. Like we're gonna have to act like that. I know. She had to shift it to have a roommate.
There you go. It is a different thing.
Well, it could be a lot. We'll be either better or we're gonna be like, okay, so
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah. No, I can't see that happening, but
I can't either.
yeah, it'll be better. But anyway, we are excited for next week. We are going to share some live stuff. We're going to be on Rev Sherry's.
Yes, Rev Sherry's Global Focus, which is on noon on Tuesday.
Noon on Tuesday. So we'll live
Yes.
feed it to our feed, or is it going to be live fed? We'll put a link on our
We'll
feed.
probably put a link on our feed because
Okay.
it is on
Network.
Oh,
it's on the
right.
New Thought Spiritual Network. Yes.
So we're
So-
going to be doing a thing with her, which is
Yes.
so exciting.
We will share that so you guys can find us. But again, you won't lose us because we're going to show you stuff.
Oh, we're gonna take you on the
It's
labyrinth with us. We're gonna
the
show you Unity
labyrinth.
Village.
Ugh.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. So, do we have any other comments from the house before we go to close? Everybody feel like they shared their stuff? You guys did. It was great. Well, it's great every time, but it was
It
awesome.
looks like you want
I
to
think
say something.
Amy-
Back in Soulflower on Tuesday.
You'll be back.
Yes.
Nice
We
trip.
need to say welcome back
Thank
to
you, thank you.
Linda,
Yes, welcome
who
back.
has-
Linda.
who has
So
been
excited.
recovering for the last 2 months. And yes.
Yes, so I'm so grateful. Thank you, everyone, for your prayers. I am so beyond grateful. I really am. Oh, you get into my little heart feelers here. I'll be back at Soulflower during the Crystal Singing Bowls again
Oh, nice.
this coming
Yes.
Tuesday, and it's an hour-long free class. I would love to see everyone. I so miss it.
Can you do an offering for Sofa Sundays? Can we work? That would be
Yes.
fun.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's talk about stuff.
Absolutely. I'm so grateful for everyone coming to my house and bringing me food and taking care of me and in your prayers and every I am just beyond grateful. I know that's
Yay.
next month, but still I'm really beyond grateful. And I'm
You're allowed to be grateful this
I
month too.
am.
Linda.
I am really grateful today. So I even got to come and curl my hair and get ready. So it feels really good
Feels
to be
good.
back.
Feels
So
good.
I'm
So
very
nice to have you back.
grateful. Thank you.
Yes. And then
Did you have something, Amy?
had her hand up.
You know, on my way over, I was listening to you, and you were talking to somebody that English wasn't their first language.
Yeah.
And it's actually so fascinating to speak to a whole community of people who speak a different language. You hear things so differently. So there's such a gift in that, having that difference. I don't know. I just that's all.
Thank you. Yes.
That's a cool
You
story.
gain so much, like a different perspective, even
Yeah.
though things seem to be said similarly, but there are different aspects that come through because of the language.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh, Evie.
I feel compelled to say this because I ran into an experience the other day where this happened. If you're going to put a link for the live thing, make sure you tell us the time in Arizona time. I had something come up last week where I was on the wrong time zone because they told me
Gotcha.
Mississippi time. And
Mhm. Hey, yeah, thank you. We will.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. We will do that. Yeah, because I think
So we'll be 2 hours ahead, 3 hours ahead? What are we,
I
2
think-
hours ahead?
I want to say 2 in Missouri.
2 hours ahead?
Yeah.
Now until
Yeah.
November.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we'll be 2 hours ahead when we're
So yes,
broadcasting,
so we'll make sure
We
that
gotta
we
just find
let
out
you know
what time
that.
Sherry's thing, if that's 2 hours ahead then for her, so
I-
it'll be
It's, you know
10?
what?
10 for Arizona? If she's
It
live
might
streaming
be
it?
10 for Arizona, yeah, because she lives in Missouri, so it's always
Okay.
noon her time, so it's probably 10.
Thank you, Evie,
Yes,
because that would be
thank
awful to
you.
miss that. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay, so 10 on Tuesday, there should be a link or something that's gonna pop up
Right.
that's gonna be showing us.
I'll see
with
if I
her.
we can get that from her early
Okay.
Tuesday morning or even Monday night.
Cause she could broadcast straight to our thing too, just like we broadcast, so she's on
Right, because she's
StreamYard.
StreamYard
Yeah.
as well, so
Okay.
perfect.
All right, we'll make it happen,
Yes.
So, why don't you do the honors, my friend?
Okay, I will. So in the infinite field of possibilities, that is the divine, that is us. knowing that there is only one love, one heartbeat, one breath, one joy, one thought, and that is God. That is universe. That is the divine stuff that every star and every person is made of. That is me and everyone within the sound of my voice and beyond. I speak my word for the highest and best good, for this time together as it ends and we go forth, knowing that we received exactly what we needed with this time together, and that we are blessed. We are blessed to bring the truth that is divine knowledge to all those that are willing to receive. As we meet them, whether it be at the store, through a Zoom call, through a phone call, at the airport, at the grocery store, no matter what, that each person that we experience is left with the love of the divine from us. I am so grateful for this. I am grateful for this seed planted now and the infinite divine possibilities of how it will manifest. I release my word with gratitude. I say, thank you, God. Thank you, life. Thank you, universe. I call it good. And together we say, and so it is.
Thank you. Good job.
All right.
All right. Well, we love that you all are here. We're excited to see you guys, and remember to mark your calendars for the 22nd for our special Sofa Sundays. What do you
Social.
call it? Social.
Yeah.
Oh, we're so cool, y'all.
Yeah.
Sofa Sunday Social.
Sofa Sunday social.
Yes.
All right.
Anything else?
That's all I
Okay.
got.
I think we're good for today, boys and girls.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you on the labyrinth.
Yeah, the labyrinth. Yes. Love it. I can't wait for that labyrinth.
I know it's going to be so
And
exciting.
then the nighttime one.
Yes.
We're gonna post the nighttime one.